Hi everyone. The place I'm going to talk about today is very unique. It has a rich and unique history. The landscape is one of a kind, and also the places to see and explore you can't find anywhere else. I'm going to talk about it as an amazing place of vacation, but I was lucky enough to live here for a few years. If I have the chance, I'll go and visit there again. I'm talking about the Black Hills of South Dakota. Normally when I talk to someone about living there or visiting there, they normally think, oh, it's a super boring state. There's nothing but crop fields. But that's not the case. There are many places to go and visit over there that go over the vast and unique history of that area. There are also several museums all over the Black Hills that go over so much of the history. There are also many monuments like Mount Rushmore or Crazy Horse that are very famous that show the history and the hard work of these people who built these monuments. There are so many different mines in the area that you can go and visit that go over their own history. Not all that history is happy and good though. Many of these mines were built after they found gold in that area, and the white settlers in that area laid claim to land that wasn't theirs. There is also the Mammoth site that shows a little bit of history before people basically took over North America. And you can go and see the fossils of these large, incredible animals that once lived. When you're not exploring man-made places, some of the best places to go are in nature. You can go to Custer State Park and see the North American bison, but don't get too close. You can also take a drive down Spearfish Canyon and go on hikes to some beautiful waterfalls. There are also several caves in the area that you could go to and explore. There are some natural hot springs that you can go to and swim to in any time of the year. You can also visit Buffalo Jump and learn more about how the Native Americans hunted and survived in that area for many years. And if you're an avid hiker and want a little bit of a challenge, Black Eagle Peak is the highest point in the Black Hills, and you can see for miles. There are also many lakes in which to swim in and fish there as well. There are also many animal sanctuaries and many places where you could go to view animals more closely. Some of my personal favorites were the reptile gardens, where you could go and see reptiles from around the world. Or you could also go to Bear Country, where they have a drive-through of the park and you can see so many different native North American animals. A very beautiful animal sanctuary to visit is called the Spirit of the Hills Wildlife Sanctuary, where they have many rescued animals from abusive people or people who are holding these animals illegally. This place gives these animals a better life than they had before. If you ever decide to go in the winter, there are so many very nice ski resorts to visit and ski at. There's also ice skating, which is always a blast. It snows there a lot, as not for those who hate the snow. I think the record was over 10 feet of snow one year, which is absolutely crazy. There are so many festivities that are held year-round, from concerts to rodeos. Rodeos are a huge part of the culture in the area, and I definitely recommend going to see one while you're there. A huge festival that they hold every year is called the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, which is held every year in August. It is actually the largest motorcycle rally in the country, and people come from all over. If you're into motorcycles, then this is the place to go. But if not, I would not recommend going for the first 3 weeks of August. Or if you have young ones, this is not a good time to go. If you like Las Vegas, then I suggest going to Deadwood, South Dakota. It's basically a mini Las Vegas. The buffets there are also very good and cheap. The food in this area is very good. I recommend going out and exploring the many types of foods that they have to offer. Honestly, the small hidden restaurants normally are the best, and normally the prices there are pretty reasonable. There are so many places to stay there as well. You can stay at a bed and breakfast, a cabin, you can go to a campground. There are also many nice hotels and rental houses that you can stay at as well. The price of gasoline is about the same as it is here. Hotels are about the same price as you'd find in Michigan. Normally, camping is cheaper or staying at a bed and breakfast. Depending on how actually nice the rental home is or the cabin you stay at, the price can vary from $100 a night to over $1,000. The only time the price actually surges is during the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Everything goes up 2 to 3 times in price, and I mean everything. But other than that, the prices are reasonable, and I couldn't tell you how much you'll spend. It all depends on how much you do, how long you stay, and also on how upscale the restaurants you go to. If you go to a cheaper restaurant, it's cheaper normally. Yeah. Overall, this is one of my favorite places. I loved it when I lived there, and if you get to visit it, I hope that you'll end up loving it too. Thank you. Also, here are my sources.